Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome back to working once again in Roxy's Weekly Challenge. I haven't done any of her challenges for 2-3 weeks now, but I've been really wanting to. I just haven't had the time. So I thought today I would combine 2 weeks in one and do week 46 and week 48, which was the last week. I'm going to have to skip week 47. I just can't fit it all in. But there were two I thought I could really, I could make and put in my journal that I'm working on. So I thought, let's just get started, try and see if I can. I'm only going to try and make a couple of each. Otherwise, well, we won't get them done. Even I hope I get them done. So I pulled out just a couple of bits of scrapbooking paper. So week 46 is about using up scrapbooking paper. I've got quite a lot of whole sheets of scrapbooking paper, but I didn't have an awful lot of big enough scraps. Got lots of little tiny scraps and then great big full sheets. So I've just pulled these ones out. I'm not going to use them all. I'm thinking I'm probably just going to use these two. I like the idea of using this because it's got white back, and I find these the most difficult to use, the ones that are single-sided. But actually, it's a bit big, and I don't really, I'm not quite sure how big to make it. And I thought, well, these are easier sizes to work with. I don't want to make them too big, and these are quite nice pieces to use anyway. Obviously, this is too long, but it's about the right height. And certainly this one is as well. So I think I'm going to start with, I'll do my punching and folding of both of them, and I'll cut this one down, and then we'll decorate them and see if I can get them done in half an hour. Bit of a challenge. So I brought in a couple of punches, just thought I'd do a different one for each. And my thought was to punch the edge before I fold it into the tuck spot so that I make sure I get a big enough piece for the tuck. So I'm going to use this one because I love this one, and it's the one that, I shouldn't say this, but it's the one I have the least trouble with lining it up. It's this is a tonic stamp, and I love it because of the nice big handle. So this I think is a 6x6 piece, which is quite a good size. Probably the piece I had for when I was making one of my little ephemera books, and this is the bit I had left. So I thought it doesn't really matter which way around I do it because I'm going to cover this side. It's just too busy. So let's just punch and try and get it. Is that going to be the right way round? Oh, it's too late now. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter which way I punch. Nice lacy edge. Let's get rid of the little bits. And then I thought, just to make sure I get a nice straight edge, I'm going to score to make the tuck. That's the thought. Score it that way actually. So the tuck should be about there. Maybe not quite as big. About there. Make sure it's lined up. Where was I going to do it? 1.5. No, 1 3/4, I think. Right, so then that to one side for a second, and then I'll do the other one. I have gone through a little bit here, so I'm going to have to put a bit of washi tape or something to reinforce that fold, but never mind. It's another decorative element. So this is quite a relatively small journal card, I think, but I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily. And I think this one will go quite nicely in my Patchwork Christmas journal, so I'm going to just use one of those pictures on the front, and I'm going to use some paper from that backing pad to line it. So I'll come back to that in a moment, and let's have a look at this one. So I think I need to just cut this down. Maybe what I'll do first, I'll punch it, I'll fold it, and then I'll cut the journal card the size that I want. So I've got that going that way. Have this one folding that way. Right, and let's get the other punch. I've got a Martha Stewart punch here. I think this is called something like Optic Dot, but it's one of my favourites. I like this one. Okay, and then I'm going to score it like I did the other one. About the same, I think. 1 3/4, something like that. Yes, it's plenty big enough. Okay, that should be it for the scoring board. Yeah, that's right. Yep. This is a nice thick piece, and actually this backing is, I don't think I even need to cover that really. Save me a bit of time. What I will need to cover, unless I decide to trim it off, is the branding strip at the bottom. I can put some across there. Okay, let's see how big we want this to be, this journal card. We don't want it to be too big, do we? So that's 5, oh, no more than, it's 5 too big. Maybe I'll make it a little less. Still seems quite big, doesn't it? 4.5. I think 4.5 is big enough, especially if it's going to go in a pocket. Another scrap for another day. Right, let's see. Just going to check how tall it is. Ooh, it's 6.5. I will trim it down. I think it's just a bit too tall. I'll cut off the branding strip. That makes life a bit simpler anyway. Right, so we've got that. Okay, I think what I would like to do is to round the corners. Around the corner of this one. And this one. Now, okay, so I'm going to have that one going that way with the tuck there. And this one will have the tuck on the other side. Actually, I rather like that. It's a much more modern piece, this, and I'll put something on here, but I don't see why that can't be used in a more modern style of journal. Not that I really do modern ones, but you never know. I think it's pretty anyway. Right, so first of all I'm going to cover this, and I'm going to use some paper from the kit that I was using, and I think this would be quite good as a backing paper if it's wide enough. Yeah, just about. I think we'll go for accuracy here and measure and cut rather than tearing it, which is always a bit of a disaster for me. it to about there. And then we'll measure it. Don't mind that bit showing, so it's about here. See how that looks. I thought that colour green would go quite nicely in the journal. So let's just trim that there. And then you've got the option of writing on this piece or just popping some photos with a note around them or something. So that's going to fit. I'm just going to round the corners as well so it goes right into the corners. And then it will fit nicely to there. Yep, so I'll just glue that on. Find my glue book, which has hardly got any pages left. Am I going to... No, I'm not going to bother inking around it, I don't think. Oops. I might do afterwards, go around the whole thing, but I don't think I will go around this piece of paper. I get it straight. There we are. And then I can glue down the tuck spot. Come on, glue. There we are. Line on there. And a little line. Come on. Come on. There you come. That's it. Now, have I got... I do have some clips actually. I might just hold those for a moment. Need this to lie flat because it's beginning to bow a little bit. Right, so that's that one. Just let that dry. And we'll do the other one. Where's it gone? There it is. So I think this one, I don't think I'm going to put anything here because you could, I think that's perfectly fine as it is, and I think this is quite pretty. So what I might do on this one is put a little decoration down here. Okay, a couple of clips the other side. Right. So this is stuck now. How are we doing? I think we're stuck, yep. Alright. And there we Actually, I think I want it on this side, don't I? Yeah. Right, so let's see what we can find to put on here. So I've got some of the, I think this is some of the pages that were, I've printed smaller, and actually I think that might be a good size. Let's see, I think one of these two would be good. I love the angels. Nope. In a bit more. That would work as well, so I'll just see which one looks best. I might have to back it just to take it away from the, because it is green on green, but it's a better green on this paper, on the scrapbooking paper, than the other green. For some reason, if you look, they're completely different greens that have been used, and the other one doesn't really go on here. But I might be able to put something behind whichever one I choose, because it kind of almost blends in completely, which in a way isn't a bad thing because it makes her stand out. Got a piece of this, but I don't think it's big enough, because I could use a bit of that maybe. Have I got any more? Some more backing papers here, I think. I would have a look behind. Oh, just bear one. Okay, I'm really sorry about that. It was just Richard wanting to arrange for us to we both want to use the car at the same time, so it's trying to see how we can figure it out. But I think we'll find a way. Anyway, I just thought maybe this piece would work on this side like that, just to have a little bit of a backing for the angel. So I'm going to try and use that. Right, so let's just line it up. It just needs a little border, really. So, pencil. There. And there. Right, let's see how this looks. Yeah, it's not too bad. This one doesn't look straight. Got a bit of a, well, maybe I'll just get the scissors got a little bit of a wobble where I tore it earlier. Okay, that'll do. So I'm going to glue that onto here. Where did I do my glue book now? There it is. It's not straight there, is it? Oh, we have wrinklage. Okay, so it seems to be straightish on that side, just not that straight on that side, but I'm not going to worry too much. Well, let's just quickly trim this down a little. Okay, that'll do. That's all right. And I'm going to put that on here. Yeah, like that. And that will go lovely in my patchwork Christmas journal. Okay, and I've just got to put a bit of washi tape down the spine. But this one, that one might be all right. Okay. And then we've got this on the other side. If I'm going to do the other challenge, I'm not going to have time to decorate down here, but I'll think about that afterwards. And by the time, when I do the next video, finishing off the journal, you'll see what I did. Having to be a bit speedy on this. It's not my usual thing. Right, so yeah, really pleased with that. That's going to go in the journal. And let's just quickly find something to go on here. Take the clips off. Okay, let's see, I've got another pile of potential cards on there. No. Quite a lot of these I got from Alison. They came with my journal last year. She sent me a whole pouch full of extra ephemera pieces. Oh, rather like that. Okay. No. Nope, no, it has to have a bit of colour. otherwise it won't show. He's quite nice too. Yes. Not quite big enough. That's nice. Not really quite big enough either. But I like the colours. That's just the same size. This has got a bit more presence. Just wondering if what I could back this with. Just needs a little tidy up around the edges. So it's going to be this one. This one's a better size. Just don't like the colours on this as much. I'm going to find something to back it, I think. This piece of paper, I think it's a Auntie May's. Colours don't really work, do they? I know, I've had another thought. I'm thinking a bit of red might be quite nice behind it. This is paper from Vintage Studio 717. And a couple of different options from the red. I wonder if this one would work. It's quite busy, isn't it? I think I almost want something on plain red. Actually, I like that better. Yeah, that might work. I do like to make life difficult for myself. I don't think Rachel did any of this backing nonsense. But you've got to make things that you're happy with, haven't you? Even if they're not quite how they were originally made. Right, let's just mark that there, in case it needs further trimming. And then that would go there. Something on this is not straight. I'm not sure. Oh, I don't know. That's not too bad now. And then I think I'll ink it with the red to emphasise the red. This is the Lumberjack Plaid. Because there is bits of red in here, it's just that they're being covered up by the focal point. I think we just need to emphasise the red a bit. pinky red though, isn't it? Oh well, too late now. I'm not going to have time to do much about that envelope, am I? I may only get to do one. But as long as I've got one for my journal, I'm not going to worry. Just wanted to have a go. Nope, there's some glue missing on that corner. I can feel it. Move this way a little bit. Nope, that's all askew. That's better. Right. So then we've got that journal card with a tuck the other side. And I think that's that challenge completed for this part of the video. Right, so I'm back with the week 48, which is making journal spots using envelopes. So I've just got a couple of envelopes here, a lovely red Christmassy one and a slightly bigger cream one. And I didn't have, or don't have, any spare ready-made collages to use like Rachel did. So I'm going to have to collage as I go. So try and do some speedy collaging. So I'll get this one done. This has actually got a bit of, this is glue book paper that I've used. So these have been glued on. So I've just found a lumber glue on there. So I'm going to just try and do a bit of speedy collaging on here. So get a bit of red. Nice bit of red Florentine paper. I'm going to get some bit of music. I'm going to do fairly large pieces of collage, I think, because that's exactly what Rachel used. And that would be probably the quickest thing to do. Bit of that, bit of that. Doesn't quite go all the way, but never mind. And should we get a bit from our kit to tie it all in. Got some scrappy bits. There we go. Could do a long piece down there. Tear that bit down. Put that here. No. That's not quite right, is it? So I'll just... No, that bit's no good. Use a piece of this all the way down. Change my mind, that's going to go up the top. That's going to go down the bottom. And I can put that piece all the way down. I'll have another piece down there. It's another colour. Let's have a bit of gold, shall we? That can go down there. Actually, does it need to go all the way? Oh, I don't know what I'm doing here. Always tricky to do something quickly that you normally take a bit of time over. That can go on there. That can go there. That goes down there. Yeah, that'll be okay. The other way up? No. Nope. I've just got the music upside down. It's hard to know. Alright, let's just glue these bits on. So then that needs to be glued onto here. So put the glue, where are we? Where's it gone? There it is. Glue on the flap. And then we need to do strip of glue on here. Glue that on. I can't remember if I mentioned that I did actually cut these pieces of glue paper to size to fit the envelopes just to save time, as I knew I was going to have to spend a bit of time collaging. So that will close like that. And I think I'm going to, because that's what I like to do, I'm going to round the corners on this. I'm a keen corner rounder, as you know. Okay, and then the inside, I'm going to use some of this paper, again from the Patchwork Christmas Backing Papers kit. So I will just cut that down to size. And I want the bottom half, it's more colourful. And then mark about there. Right. The colours are so lovely in this kit. Lovely soft greens and reds. It's so pretty. I have so loved using this Patchwork Christmas kit. That fit okay? Yes, I think so. Just need to round those corners, of course. I'll glue this on, the other way around, of course. Just tidy up that little corner there. Oops. Okay, let's just line this up, make sure it fits. Should be alright. Okay, and then I want to get this one finished. Then Rachel put a little pocket on the inside. Well, some of them, but I thought I'd put a pocket on this one. I did have a spare piece of, spare piece of the glue book pages. Spare one, so I can use as the pocket. And there. Let's do that. And where did you? Yeah, that's it. And I think I might use that to cover it. Yep. Not going to overthink. Although, having said that, I just overthought. Well, didn't overthink, I just had another thought that I might use, some gorgeous Florentine paper that will actually go quite nicely. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Just going to tidy up that edge. Hope it's big enough. I think it is. Where's my bit of... Right. Okay, just going to glue this to it. Glue and trim. Seems to me the simplest thing to do. Yeah, got stuck. Like I'm gluing on the right side. Sorry, I'm off camera there. Just gluing that to the Stamperia paper. It's quite good paper to use for the pocket because it's a little bit thicker than the copy paper I've printed on, so. waste any of that. I'm keeping it. Let's see. Yep, I'll just do a little around the corner on that corner. So it fits there nicely. And then I will, ooh, that worked, yep. Thought for a minute it wasn't stuck. Let's do a little snippety-doo. Try and get it in the middle. Okay. And I will ink around this pocket, I think. I haven't inked around the rest, but I'll probably ink afterwards. But it's a bit more tricky when you're at the top of a pocket, isn't it, to ink afterwards. Okay. Let's just glue this on. Pull it along just a little bit. And then we have a little, do you know what, all this needs a, picture, focal point. Let's see, what can I use? Have I got my, could I use my other angel? I think I could. Let's just see. Okay, let's give her a go. How would she look on there? Gorgeous. Okay, she's going on. I have to get rid of this page because it's super gluey. I'm going to find it and get rid of that. Okie doke. Oh, that big blob of glue that was on the page has just landed on my finger. Okay. There we go. Beautiful angel on the front there. Does she need any label or a word maybe? See if I can find something that would, well, there's actually the word angels on there. So it was meant to be. These words don't come from this kit, they came from Rachel Bell Crafts kit from last year, but somehow a lot of the words on it have worked very well for this kit. I'm going to trim off the sides just a touch. A little bit wide for the size of the word. And then zhuzh with the glue And we've got angels. Well, this is only one, but there's more than one in the journal, isn't there? On there. Right, I'm not going to have time, unfortunately, which I suspected, to do the second envelope. What I might do is just finish it off camera, or do it. I haven't even started it, have I, other than cut it to size. But I would like to have a spare one, just for the idea, really, because this one will go in my journal, and that just opens up like that. And I think the red works really well. And I might well do something on here, but it's quite Christmassy as it is. And then I will have a go at doing this one, just so I've got something for my idea box. So I will see you soon. Thank you for joining me for this. It was all a bit rushed, sorry about that. And we also did the other two from week 46, we did these. So these make a nice little pair to go into my journal as I'm just trying to finish it off, and these are just things that will hopefully go into pockets or side tuck, belly band, whatever. So they're done, and so I've got this one, and I'll find something to go in there. I'll get this done and I'll show you at the end. Okay, thanks for joining me, and bye for now.